You are muted, you noob.
Why am I muted? Why on earth? Why on earth had it changed the microphone to nothing? Hello, Purples, how are you doing? Thank you very much, Olivia, for pointing that out. Hey, Manaringo, how are you? I've got Christmas pudding because I've had a bit of a funny day.
Good.
And a Spike. Oh, Spike. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much. Sorry it's a little bit later than expected, but yeah, all good. How's everybody doing? And a Shirato. And a Sexy Science Hannah. Oh my god. Wow. You're not staying? No! Sexy Science Hannah needs to stay. Olivia, tell Sexy Science Hannah she needs to stay. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. Sexy Science. Hey, Sexy Science Hannah, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in and saying hello. I've got Christmas pudding, Hannah. I've got Christmas pudding, so I'm going to munch some Christmas pudding, and then we're going to build one of the. I'm going to build one of the Battlefleet Gothic cruisers for a Instagram video. And what is Christmas pudding? Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. Oh, nom nom, it's amazing, that's what it is.
HNN breaking news. The Hannah of Sexy Science Roth needs to stay with us, because we love our Hannah of Sexy Science Roth.
That is very true. That is 100% totally true. Christmas pudding is the suet pudding that you have at Christmas in England with like loads of fruit. And it's usually the one that's got, you put brandy over the top and then you light it and you've got that like blue flames on a Christmas pudding. But it's very cold. It's very cold here today. So I wanted something warm, so I've done a Christmas pudding with custard. Brandy, you say? Yeah, I'm not. I don't tend to drink. So I've got a non-alcoholic one that doesn't have the brandy in it, but it's very nice. How's everybody doing? Right, I need to look at Night Lords. Need to come up with some plans for the Night Lord stuff. Hannah, how are you anyway? How's your... It's nearly Friday, Hannah. It's nearly Friday, Hannah. So, yeah. Nearly Friday. It is on the nearly Friday day. You're hanging in there. What happens on Friday? What happens on Friday? It's the start of a Saturday Sunday weekend thing, and also it's Formula One. So it's Formula One tomorrow night. Well, as in tonight. It's Formula One tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, tonight-ish thing. Huh? It's in China. So it's 2 o'clock this morning. So, hilariously, I haven't been sleeping very well this week. No, Bahrain's right at the end of the season. Excuse me, sorry. I've not been sleeping very well this week, so I think it sort of caught up with me. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling particularly great yesterday. You probably noticed from the stream was a bit dull. Anyway, I slept all right last night, finally. And then hilariously, it's Formula One tonight, so I'm not going to be sleeping again. However, I did sleep all right last night, so I've kind of caught up with some sleep, which is good. But yeah, Hannah, we're gonna do some Battlefleet Gothic, and I've got a little bit of paint on that guy just to kind of see what it looks like in like a kind of a turquoisey thing. They've cancelled Saudi and the Abu Dhabi. I think have they cancelled Saudi.
Yeah, but we can always build
They've
more
cancelled
robots.
2 anyway, but I don't know whether they're gonna stay cancelled by the time we get there. We'll see. Oh, they don't look very ultramarine-y. And I spotted you as well, Target, rebranding yourself Warhammer number 4, being as everything is being rebranded Warhammer. Thought you'd jump on the bandwagon, Mr. Warhammer number 4. We're still calling you Target, by the way. They're blue. Yeah, but they're evil and nasty and got flesh and everything and like wings and bat wings and stuff. Only took you 4 days. No, I noticed it when you did it. Yeah, I noticed it when you did it. I just haven't brought it up. Yeah. Purple Warhammer Alice. Makes sense to call everything Warhammer, especially if you are expecting a bunch of... I mean, I understand it. It's the sad situation where one of your favourite hobbies is now so mainstream that you don't go into a Games Workshop store anymore. You now go into a Warhammer store, and you don't buy Citadel miniatures, you buy Warhammer miniatures. And you don't buy Citadel paint, you buy Warhammer paint. And you don't order stuff from mail order, you order it from Warhammer. Yeah, anyway, so yeah. You'll soon be rebranding yourself as Citadel Kai. That's kind of cool. Do it. That brand is open now. Well, it's not actually, is it? Because that brand is now a hedge fund in Florida or something. I don't think they lost the trademark. I think they just gave it up. I don't think because that Citadel LLC has been around since the 90s. I think it started. I don't think they lost the trademark. I just think they rebranding everything because it just all makes sense. Like if you're going to bring more people into the hobby when the Warhammer Amazon thing lands and Space Marine 2 lands and the Amazon secret level like number 2 or whatever it is, when all that lands, you want everybody to understand, because that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing with Warhammer is coming into it. I mean, how many questions do we get in this stream of I've just got into Warhammer, what do I do? Because there's so much in the hobby, and there's so many different games, and there's so many different genres within the hobby. It's like, what's Old World? What's Age of Sigmar? What's Horus Heresy? And all that lot. Like, trying to explain Horus Heresy to people who come into the chat and say, oh, that's not the lion I recognise from Warhammer 40k. So it's difficult. It's difficult to explain. It's almost kind of difficult to explain the lore of Games Workshop to people who are just kind of coming in. So consolidating everything does make sense.
I just got into Warhammer, so I will start playing Middle-earth strategy battle games.
I mean, that's where a lot of people came into the hobby as well, isn't it? When they were reading the magazine that I did, or helped do. So I'm taking credit for at least 50% of the hobby. Brand everything as some shitty name that I can't read. What does that, Spike? Too bad they can't brand everything Space Marine. It's sad because Citadel is such a brand recognition and has been for like forever. Well, it's not a brand recognition, is it? That's the thing. everybody knows it who's in the hobby. Everybody knows Citadel Miniatures and Citadel Paints who's in the hobby. But if you're not, there's zero brand recognition for Citadel. No, the first magazine was White Dwarf. White Dwarf #1. Yeah. And either write them a letter or call them on the phone. You recognise the brand. I started the hobby in the 90s with Citadel models and paints. Yes, exactly. So you've come through the Games Workshop lore. I used to go into Games Workshop shops, and then they rebranded all the Games Workshop shops Warhammer shops because consolidation, and then also all the members of staff were fed up of people coming in trying to buy video games. And they would send new toxic metals in the mail. Saw the Montreal shop move from Games Workshop to Warhammer. I think there's one Games Workshop shop left, and I can't remember where it is. It was posted the other day. I think there's one left, but the one in Derby is Warhammer now as well. That was also one of the cool things about going to the Sheffield. There's a big Sheffield shopping mall, and there was a really cool Warhammer shop, really cool Games Workshop shop. See, I'm doing it now. But even talking to people who have just got into the hobby, like, because I will always say, are you going to Games Workshop? Not, are you going to the Warhammer shop? Are you going to Games Workshop? And it sounded so weird to me when friends who just got into the hobby saying, oh, I'm going to Warhammer, do you want anything? Kind of thing. Like, because that brand has shifted and moved so far and so much, and they've got proper brand identity around it now. It's still weird to kind of hear it, because I grew up with it being Games Workshop. Sisonix, how are you doing? A good dinner? Yes, it was a nice warm. I had some Christmas pudding. I don't know whether you have Christmas pudding over with you, Sisonix. I don't know whether it came over to yours. Going to come to the States when Warhammer World DC opens? No. Shirato, I'm not going to get in, dude. They're not going to. They check your social media. I'm not going to get into America. They're not going to let me in, mate. What's this? This had better be cool. Oh, they are cool. Oh, they are cool. They're very cool. I like those ones. Yeah, they're cool. Are you going to grab those as well, purples? Or have you already? You're going to get those as well? Yeah, I'm not coming over to... I'm I'm not coming over to America anytime soon. I'm really sorry, Shirato. Yeah. Can't help you there. Can't help you there. Have connections to the NSA, not the CIA. It's not the CIA. Yeah, I'm probably banned from the US. My friend is really worried about, because he's a best friend Ray. He wants to come over to visit at some point, and he's trying to hold on to see if it gets better, because he's worried about even getting back in. We might have something like that if I'm right, but I think in a different way. Nice, like a really kind of heavy suet pudding with like lots of fruit in it, and then you put brandy over it and light it. And I've just had it because it's quite cold over here at the moment, so I thought I'd warm up a bit. Yeah, I have been doing lots of this though. I've been doing lots of Lots of wandering through 3D print places and finding cool ships for. There's lots of basic ones like this, so you have to kind of go through and find all the cool stuff. But there are some, as you'll see in a second, there are some very complete sculpts, which are really cool. My company forbids us to go to the US and even encourages us not to buy any US stuff. Oh wow! Does sound good. Nice, Sisanix. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, give me a second. I need to get my Twitch chat up. Give me a second. Give me one sec. Create a dashboard. Stream manager. Ding. Pop out chat. There we go. Just so I can see hype trains when you all are amazingly kind to me. Funny, I know. There we go. Yeah, so I've been kind of wandering through, finding cool things. Come on. There we go. Us, kind, when? Yeah, well, I mean, no. You use Streamlabs or OBS? I'm on OBS. I'm not Streamlabs OBS either, because Streamlabs were really, really cheeky and just stole the OBS app and then put Streamlabs in front of it. So yeah, no, I'm on OBS. But then I also run a kind of a combined chat. It's complicated. Because I'm streaming on YouTube as well, so I've got a combined YouTube and Twitch chat on the side, and then I need to get my Twitch chat up so I can see, because it doesn't show up things like hype trains and when Purple shouts at me through the like this.
Can someone please explain to me what a cheeky Nando's is?
A cheeky Nando's is oh, do you fancy a cheeky Nando's? It's a saying that started in the UK that seemed to, for some reason, that seemed to gain some. Does that mean we get a hype train? Because didn't Purples do a shouty outy thing? No, there isn't a hype train. Yeah, cheeky Nando's is I use OBS 2, and you are complicated, but in a good way. Oh, thank you. I'm complicated in a good way. Yeah, it's going out for a meal on a Friday night, and Nando's became a bit of a meme place to go to. And the saying was, do you fancy a cheeky Nando's? Just in the same way as, oh, do you fancy a cheeky pint tonight? Like going out and having like a quick pint and then coming back, sort of thing. Just like a quick nip out with your mates. Cheeky Nando's. Yeah, so there's tons, absolutely tons, and there's some really nice stuff out here. You've just got to sort of search through it all and find what you want, which is cool. I will never stop being in awe of British sayings. How is the Christine today? How is the Christine? You'd think they would speak English in England, but here we are. No. We've got to speak like really cool shit. We got to speak cool stuff. My nephew have focayed me into Fortnite for a game or two. Nice. Bases are quiet. Aw, thanks, Perps. Thank you, Perps. Shall I go and download them now? Ooh, look at those ones. Look at those ones with the big brows. Prows. You're so dumb you couldn't pour piss out of a boat and the instructions were on the bottom. What was the recent one? There was something that Donald Trump said recently, and all the replies. What was it? All the replies were just perfection British sarcasm. I can't remember what it was. I'm alright, trying to go for a job within the company, but my stills aren't great. Oh no! Hey, but you've gone for it. You've gone for it. You've got to push yourself. Yes. Shall we grab? No, we won't grab. We'll grab them. We'll grab them after stream. Right. Shall we? That's one thing we shall do. Shall we have a look at this? Hype train, strawberry girl, hype train. Hype train. Right, let's take the pallet cam off because I want some maximum room for this because I want to record this and put it on Instagram as well. So that's the plan.
Stop singing and put on the music, Christopher.
But. Oh, now we got a hype train incoming. Now we have a hype train incoming. But. Now the question is, I don't quite know. Oh, there's a tiny one. Look at the tiny one. Look at the tiny one. Look at the tiny one. The tiny one's cool. Although you can see that it's not quite like sculpted and smoothed out, so the resolution isn't great. So the prow is has got a few things on it.
No ifs or buts. Just clicky the button for music.
Clicky the button. Okay. I had a chat with my manager and she was like, "You'd be great for an entry level, but not for this." So feeling a bit sorry for yourself. No need to feel sorry for yourself. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself. You've got to go and ask. If you didn't ask, then you wouldn't know now what you need to work on to go and get that job in the future. No, stop feeling sorry. No need to feel sorry. Feel excited. Okay, awesome. So if I do this, this, and this, I can apply for that job again. Fantastic. Butts. Peaches. Right, let's see if we can... Okay. There we go. I have... there we go, let's get rid of that. Butts. Hype train, strawberry girl. And look how he just does not click the button. Oh, I'm on it. Give me a second. Another hype train incoming.
That my company wants me to do on my own dime.
A lot of extra learning that my company wants me to do on my own dime. Yeah. It's is there so can you bring that up in terms of is there a way to peachy? Is there a way to subsidise what I'm going to do so that I can work forwards on that? Is that a conversation that you can have?
You know what you want.
Yes.
Squeeze my buttocks together
To make one juicy giant peach. A juicy giant peach? Hype train incoming. There we go. And there's some music. There's some music for the hype train, everybody. Some music for the hype train. Right. Am I zoomed in? Nope, I'm zoomed out. Okay, that's good.
At fucking last.
Alright. There won't be anything bleh. So now it's just a question of how much do you want that, how much do you value kind of going for and getting the skills to go and get that job then? That's simply what it boils down to. Is that a job that you are really excited to go and get? Or would you rather not kind of go through all the course learning processes and stuff and go for something different? There we go, look at this. So yeah, I don't know how to load it out. I kind of want And it is, as you can see, it is slightly larger. I'm not just. I know I would be good at it. If you know you're going to be good at it, then that's cool. Do go for it. Like I did. I've done so many career changes, but the biggest one I did was training for to be a tennis coach. I went and did all my tennis coach courses and certificates and everything so that I could be a tennis coach while I was still working. Yeah, if it's something you want to go for, do it. Nothing comes in this world without a little bit of effort. This week I have emailed Bamboo Labs and I've emailed Elegoo, and I'm trying to get some sort of sponsorship / market / partnership with Elegoo and Bamboo so I can do some 3D printing and do some posts for them. So yeah, it's everything's hard work. Everything's hard work. Photography was hard work. Photography was really hard work. And after COVID, I was just like, I can't face doing that level of hard work again to get back up to where I was before COVID, because COVID killed half my clients, and I was like, I'm going to have to do all that work again to try and get another 50% of client content work. So, and that always kind of bugs me. I was like, did I quit photography? Did I just like quit on myself? But then I've got this, so I get to do this with you, with all of you guys. Right, so I want to show this off. This is the idea. I want to show this off on here like this. I might have to zoom out a fraction. 1 second. Might have to zoom out just a fraction, because I've got to remember when you do Instagram reels, they have to be vertical. They have to be vertical. There we go, that's better. There we go. There we go, that's better. So now I can get all these in frame. All these little bits. I still don't know what. I still don't know how to equip it. I definitely want the things on the front, but I can't decide whether I go what do we call it, bays, flight bays, or the gun batteries. What do we think? Which looks best? Because that's arguably what I'm going to go for. I think it's the flight bays. I think it's the fighter pods, the fighter bays. I think it's them, because they add a bit of coolness to it. And this is why 3D printing is really cool, because you get extra details on the flight bays and things, and like loads extra details on this than we used to with the old ones from 1999. So actually the 3D printing stuff is really cool, as we know. Them because intrigue. The flight bays, yeah, I really like those. And I'm also, rather than trying to get them in square and flat, I'm also going to slant them. So this is slanted, so I'm going to slant them as well, so that they come out at an angle like that, rather than having them flat, because you're supposed to have them flat. But if you have them flat and you push them in flat, like, oh, that one's not going to fit. It doesn't quite fit. Let's try that one. Anyway, if you put them in flat, it hits, and this fighter here can't come out of the flight bay because of that. So I think I'll go like that, and then it's got guns on the top. Pew pew pew. It's got a really cool bridge. It's got the prow, and then it's got the engine. It ends up looking like that. How cool is that? And it is slightly larger. I may just have printed it slightly larger. So I've printed it slightly larger than it's supposed to be, just because I want larger ships. Like, there's no point having tiny ships. There's no point. When you can print stuff, just print stuff bigger, because it's cool. That is super rad. It is super rad. It is super awesome. And it still doesn't quite fit in. Although I suppose I could have me on the top. Hang on. Let me get my face cam. Where's my face cam? There's my face cam. So yeah, that's the idea. So I'm going to record this for. Instagram is the idea. But we're going to have to do a little bit of sanding, because that now needs to and then the other one as well. The other one is going to be that way round, like that. So this one needs to be. Who's that? Floris! Thank you for the follow, Floris. We've had a bit of a funny day today, so we're just doing some Instagram video creation, and also just building some Battlefleet Gothic stuff because it's fun. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so right, we're going to get rid of. Now you see it matches that angle, so it matches that angle better if I do it at that angle, which is quite cool. So I'll do that, although it's upside down. Damn it. The ship's upside down. There we go. So it's got a hole in the bottom for the flight stand. Does that fit a flight stand? What flight stand does that fit? Oh, it'd be really cool. This is the other thing I was thinking about. Should I do these? Should I use these flight stands and have them curved? That would be quite cool. Working on your CV. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Christine. Yeah, I think it's like that, isn't it? Okay, that's that side. Let's do this side. Would having curved flight stands cause wonkiness when measuring to the stand? Wonkiness when measuring to the stand. You measure to the bases in Battlefleet Gothic. So the stands and the models are pretty irrelevant. Make sure that's the right way around. Centre peg, no, you measure to the bases, which is why it's quite cool, because these ones, I've made these models larger. There we go. Then we need to do the prow. Make sure that fits well, which it does. Make sure it's as vertical. There we go, make sure that's nice and vertical. And then we can glue the engine on as well. Hey, Cookie. Yeah, it's awesome, mate. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. And this is the cool thing about 3D printing as well. I've printed these, basically, I've printed these at 110%. So they're 10% larger than they're supposed to be. In exactly the same way that I printed that one 120%. So this is 20% bigger than it's supposed to be. Which is cool. Because the game is not model size specific in the slightest. All it is base size. So you put the models on the right size base and you sort it. These are reprints of the 90s models, yes. Okay, so then make sure it's on the right way. And then again, I'm going to make sure this is vertical. Looks pretty vertical to me. Kit bash some of these X-Men. Yeah, I had all of them. I had all of these when they first came out. It was super, super cool. And then stupidly, I got rid of them. And now there are some really, really, really cool sculptors doing 3D prints of them all. There are some very cool. And as you saw the other day as well, I've got some models, some 3D print files that were for models which were never even released. I'm trying to hold this in such a way that I can show this off in a cool way. And the last thing we need to do is glue that on. You mind waiting till I figure out how a homebrew chapter's ships would look? Nice. The rule of looking super cool. It is definitely the rule of looking super cool, dude. I put a little bit of paint on. I mean, barely anything really. I was airbrushing something the other day, so I just throw a little bit of paint on that just to see what it would look like with a bit of turquoise. Not really any more paint on. Right, so that has to fit on there like that. And that is the prow lance. That's going to be very difficult to get on. Whoops. Don't snap extra bits off parts. A slight problem with 3D prints is that they are brittle. I don't even know how that fit on. It doesn't seem to. The snap doesn't seem to want to line back up again. It's weird. That is the best that's going to be, I think. Right, there we go. That does look really cool. Now, we do have an extra antennae. So I'm tempted to put a hole somewhere to put an extra antennae. The only question is, where do we put the hole? Where do we put the hole for an extra antennae? Is the question, ladies and gentlemen, is the question. Probably there, right? There's not a lot of clear examples of how ships are painted beyond mostly all one colour. Yeah, I'm going to do this one with some stripes, I think. I'm going to go back to, because I put that, I put some green on that one, but I'm going to go back to my Raven Guard colour scheme.
Yes, I'm a gatekeeper.
Oh, it's Atari.
I'm also God's favourite princess and the most interesting girl in the world.
So you know I play Pantheon, Tari. I was in, let me see if I can find it. I was in their official Discord the other day, just kind of flicking through things that they were talking about, and see if I can find it. And they found that lady, is it Jennifer? They found that voice actress, and were like, "Oh my God, she's amazing!" And I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say. Oh, quickly check. I didn't want to say quickly check. I didn't want to say, oh, one of my Twitch viewers. Has her as their entry sound. Jennifer English. Where is it? There it is. So it reminded me of Tari. Reminded me of Tari. And then they're like, never heard of her until you mentioned her. She's got a great voice. So I was, yeah, she's amazing. Blah, blah, blah. There, so. Completely irrelevant little story, but there you go. How are you, Tatari 2? Tari Tutu, the tutu wearing Tari. How are you? Is everything well? Is everything good? You're full of enchiladas. Do you know what I had? Do you know what I had for dinner today? You're not going to believe it. I had a tuna cob with some crisps because I didn't cook anything. Oh, it's a purples.
All hail and huggle Tari II, High Empress of all the stuff, God's favourite princess, ruler of all the castles, wielder of the nuclear ban hammer, painter extraordinaire, awesomest person and artillery Tari. Fuck. Moo. Tongue.
Fuck, moo, tongue. Pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. I think we should do a zoom in on this. There we go. There we go. Back to lurk. No! No! Look how cool that looks. Yeah, I quite like the slanted flight bays, so they line up with the gun barrels. Right, how am I going to paint it? So I painted this one with my Raven Guard colour scheme, and I didn't like it because it was just too bland, kind of thing. So then I sprayed it green because what was I doing? I think I was spraying something green. Yeah, anyway, I was spraying something green. I was like, oh, I've got some left just to see, because like the green, the gold is iconic. Like that's just how everything was painted. And I don't really want to do the green. So because I'm printing everything a little bit larger, so this is printed at 110% scale. So it's like 10% longer than it's supposed to be. There's a little bit more room on here to kind of do some brush marks and stuff. So I'm going to go back to doing my Raven Guard colour scheme. But then also I'm going to start putting some stripes on, so some white stripes or some white stripes, some stripes on it, or at least some markings on the ship, which I think will look quite cool. So that's the idea. Now will that go in there? No, it won't. Will that go in there? Oh, it will. There we go. So now, can we do it like that? Oh, we can, look at that. Super cool. So yeah, that's the idea. I'm just recording this for Instagram so I can do a bit of an Instagram reel. That's the idea. That's quite cool. I quite like that. I think it's fab anyway. So it's slightly larger, like I say, but like if you're 3D printing things, then you can print things slightly larger. It's the same with that one as well, Tari. I printed that one slightly larger as well. But this one needs reprinting. Because as you can see, it failed to support the gun or whatever it is on this side. And also I failed to support that little bit there. So that failed, as you can see. So I didn't put enough supports on that tiny little bit there. And then whatever this bit is in the middle, that also failed. So, which isn't as big of an issue at all, really, because that can just be cleaned up and then nobody will know. But that little thing is really cool as well. A few of those. But because the game does not care about the size of the models at all it cares about is how big a base it's on. That's all it cares about. That's all it cares about, how big a base it's on. So once you've kind of got that, doesn't matter how big the model is. So I've just printed everything bigger because I like larger stuff. Give you a chance to paint them. Yes, that's the idea, Tucker. That's the idea. So yeah, I'm hoping to, and then obviously I have the ridiculous. Also, that means that the ridiculous like Gloriana one that we found purple at Tari, it means that that one won't look as stupidly big compared to things like this. So there'll be like this is the normal battleship. Sorry, this is the normal cruiser, and then a battleship will be like maybe that much longer, and then the Gloriana will be like that. So there'll be a nice step, and then the little cruise, the mini cruisers underneath it will be just a. So use the damaged one in asteroid field debris. Yes, so that's one thing I could do. I could snap this one up. I could snap it up and have this one like floating in some debris or something. That is definitely something we can do. Definitely something we can do. Have that one floating around like this with some flames coming off it or something. Didn't think I was going to do that on stream, did you? Snap! So yeah. Project Gothic. Project Gothic. We do need to just file down some of these support areas. So this one was pre-supported, so it is slightly heavily supported, but it was really well supported. It was just slightly heavily supported, but the vast majority of the supports were either underneath on like really easy to sand places or on joins, which is why I've kind of printed it. Oh god, I'll never speak to you again. Why? Because I snapped that in. Because I snapped it in half. You came. It was your idea. It was your idea, Tucker. It's your fault. But yeah, I've got a whole plan. Got a whole plan for Battlefleet Gothic. It's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. Even with like some really crazy huge, like I've got a 3D print file for the Rock. Well, it's not a rock, but like one of the Imperial, like one of the Imperial bases that's just like on a rock with like engines on the back and guns all the way around it and everything. But that's like a massive like foot wide print, so I need a different printer to print that stuff like that. But that'll be really cool. Oh, I know what I can do now I'm not on there. Purples, I can grab those print files. Thank you very much. 1959. There we go. Download. Thank you, Perps. Purples, if you can hear me, you can delete both your things on my drive. Thank you. Or on your drive that's shared into mine. Thank you. Yeah, pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty cool. So the question is, with the larger stuff, do we still do black? Do we still do black brass support rods? I mean, I think we do, but who knows anymore. I love the bridge. I think the bridge is really cool. In fact, I think the bridge is really cool. And there's one. Oh, that one doesn't fit. Damn it. There's one. Hopefully that fits. Damn it! That doesn't fit either. Kind of fits. That's gonna fall off and snap. But yeah, that's the only difference really. It's the only thing. Bases. So yeah, I don't know whether to use the curved ones, because the curved ones are kind of cool, and they're very different. I don't like all the. Yeah, it's probably not worth it, is it? It's probably not worth it. I'll tell you what I could do. I could curve the brass. I could curve the brass. Do you want to see the other thing that I've got that I'm working on? Do you want to see the other thing I'm working on? This is a really, really good version of the Necron tomb ship, and I'll show you how good. If I just grab these and move them out of the way. Just move those out of the way for a second, because if I do this, how cool is that? That is a really, really good sculpt of a Necron tomb ship. Look at all the detail, and it's even got like a little. It's even got a thing on here. Look, in front of the pyramid. So it's a fantastic sculpt. It's a really cool version. It's got loads more detail than ever, and the way he's done it, like that. Look at all that flat surface there that you can support. And then look at all the flat surface on this one that you can support. It's really, really well done. It's really well done. So, like all this detail on the top, you don't need to support in the slightest. It all supports itself. So you just support underneath. Same with this. Same with that. You don't need to. Hang on, let's drag these back onto the. I just had that on there because it's really cool to see it all done. There we go. So all this detail on the top here doesn't need support because you can just print it and support it from underneath. So I've started supporting it underneath here, and then I've just got to kind of run up some supports underneath here. Here's one of the wings, and then you just duplicate that and print it a second time. Again, all supported on the empty bit. It's really, really, really well done. It's really well done. I can't wait to see this one. Yeah, this will be really cool. Do I sell my prints? Yes. So if you do Exclamation Mark 3D, you can go and have a look at my web store, and then if you want anything custom like this, then you can just let me know on a Discord DM or something. But that's my web store with prints. But if you want anything custom like this, then just let me know. So this is fab. This is fab. Just bear in mind that doing all these, like I've been doing this all day, so it takes ages to do the supports, and I've not even finished this. Like I've put a little bit of a support structure on this one, but these are generally need to be finished off. So yeah, it's cool, isn't it, Tari? How cool is that? And because I'm printing it and it's my print and I don't care, this is bigger than the original. So let me just get so the original croissant was just a tiny bit bigger. It was just a tiny bit bigger than a 60mm base. The original one. Yeah, it's much bigger. It's much bigger. Look at this. So that's going to go right up in there like that. It's going to look awesome. I might do it even bigger, actually. I might do it even bigger, because I think that could go even bigger. That could go another 10% bigger. How cool is that? Oops. Undo that. How cool is that? Pretty cool, hey? Pretty cool. And this is on that's a large base. That's a 60mm base. So a normal size base. That's a normal size base. So it's quite the ship. Yeah, I think I will do it. I think I will do it 10% bigger. I think I'll do it 10% bigger. Scale. Oh, look at that. Make sure we get the yes. Let's put the big base back underneath it just to see. Yes, look at that. Fantastic. I'm buzzing. I'm dead excited. So this is the next thing I'm going to print. And then so I'm doing like a couple or one or two ships from each fleet, just so that I kind of know what's happening. Like this is the iconic one that I want, because I famously, sadly, threw away all my Necron fleet that I got when I worked at Games Workshop. So I threw away all the metal Necrons, but this is such a nice detailed print, detailed sculpt. It's going to be really cool to kind of make all these glow and make all these glow. Yeah, it's going to be fab. It's going to be fab. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that should be fun. But that's the tomb ship which I've been working on today. Like I say, I've had a bit of a funny day today. I've not been feeling great. Nearly didn't stream, but I thought I'd at least stream and try and get some. At least stream and try and get some video for an Instagram or video or something. Talk to you lot, catch you all up, see what you're all doing. Minimize that now. So yeah, a proper scale. I'm quite excited by the proper scale of stuff. Oh, cheers, Tari Tutu. Shall I throw some paint over this? I'm tempted to throw some paint over this. Let's get a screenshot first. Shall we get a screenshot first? A brush or an airbrush, not just throwing paint. Well, I mean, you say that. Throwing paint is fun. There we go. Print another copy of your face and put it on the prow. What do you mean another copy of my face? How many copies of my of my face do you think I have? I also today got the glue out and did that. I also got the glue out and did that. So now we have the lion with a bit more texture on his base, ready to rock and roll. Hey, it's Lord Dorkington. Lord Dorkington? You're supposed to respect the lion. He's the Primarch he's the sensible Primarch who's back in the 41st millennium, rather than the numpty one. Rather than the numpty one. He's still a dork. He's still a dork. And I do have. While we are priming things, if we throw some paint on stuff. Where is it? Oh, he's already primed. Dink. I've forgotten I'd primed him. There we go. Ding 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 ding. Right, I can lift this back up again now, can't I? Now we've done the zoom in. Now we've done the zoom in. So anyway, yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. And then I have the shield, which can sit on the front as well. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like. That is what it's going to look like. What did you use for the head of Inquisitor Frozin? That was what I was... Oh! That was Target. That was one of the navy breaches. That was a navy breacher. That was tiny. I can't. How am I going to get that on the prow of a ship? So yeah, that's where the little dude goes. Are the ships not also tiny? The ship, yeah, yes. To be fair, the ships are also tiny. However, I'm not entirely sure that. How am I going to do that, dude? What, like stick it on instead of the eagle? What? Make a transfer of your face and then put them on all the ships. No! Shall I put? Can I have one of them as the other Inquisitor? So I can have me and another in the fleet. She's the grumpy one though. She's grumpy look. She's really grumpy. Whereas I'm all awesome. I'm all awesome and epic. And she's all fiery redhead grumpy. Fiery redhead grumpy. Yeah, I just think that's cool. I just think that's cool. I just think it's cool. Shall we throw some primer over it then? Shall we throw some primer over it? Do we need to are you going to make me drill the gun barrels? Are you going to make me drill the gun barrels, or is that enough of a hole? Like these ones have got holes in. Those ones are okay. Those have got holes. They're fine. Although I did say I wanted to put the aerial, the other antennae on somehow. I just don't know where to go. No, I'll leave it off. I shall leave it off. Right, I need a little bit of paper so that when I prime this, it doesn't go everywhere. And I also need to figure out how to. Do I glue this together broken? Do I glue it together broken? Is that what you think? Like glue it together like that, and then have some bits kind of flying off it. Is that the best thing to do? Or do you put some holes in it and put some wire coming out? Could sculpt an explosion. I don't need to sculpt an explosion. I don't need to sculpt an explosion. Hang on. Where are they? New folder. Terrain. Dink, paste, extract, unzip, delete. Go on, go away. Boom! There we go. Just print that. I can just print that. So I could print that and then just stick it. Just stick it in both sides of it. That'd work. That'd be alright. That'd be quite good actually. That would be quite cool. That would be quite cool. Yeah, I'll do that. What are the other explosions like? Which explosions should I do? I've got 4 explosions to do. Oh, I've got some little ones, look. Some little ones. There's a massive one. There's a tiny little baby one. Got its own stick and everything. I know. I mean, the sticks will just snap off. And then to get mounted on little bits of brass. But yeah, they're quite cool, aren't they? Make sure they're small enough so that it's not like it's not dwarfing it, and then just have frigate. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you very much. Thank you Tucker, and thank you Target. I will finish those off. What's the supported file like? Is the supported? Are they separate or are they all together? Are they separate or are they all together? Let's find out, shall we? Oh my word. How long is it taking to put it into the file? There we go. Oh my word. So cheaty way of doing this is you just drag this out like that, so it just prints the corner one like that. Yeah, anyway. That's cool. Yes, good plan. Good plan, Target. Good plan. Have it, boom, exploding. Okay. Right, this is this is a very delicate process. Okay, so if you have a weak disposition, do not watch. Do not watch. Do not watch if you have a weak disposition. If you're Richard Gray, for example, do not watch. Oh no! Oh no! So I tend to brush prime 3D prints just because it's that tiny little bit thicker a coat that then deals with the tiny layer lines that, even though are very difficult to see, and you can't really see them on the way I print and how I print, they're still evident a little bit. So if I brush prime, it just goes a tiny little bit to filling and smoothing out some of the layer lines, which, like I say, are not super evident on my prints because I'd work really hard to minimize all of them. It just hides them a little bit. Is Rich going to stream regularly? It's nice to see. Yes, Rich is going to be streaming every Saturday. So every Saturday at 8 o'clock, make sure you just kind of pop in and hang out, because it's really cool to support really good painters who are now on Twitch. And I've been bugging him to do cool stuff for ages because he's awesome and he should be fucking dominating everything, to be honest, because he's that good. So yes, it's really cool to see him on Twitch. Exclamation mark. Shout out Demon Rich. If anybody isn't following him. I think he's only got like 500 followers at the moment. I'm sure that will go up very, very quickly. But if you want to see somebody paint slightly better than me, and there we go. Faint dead away. Don't faint Target, it's fine. Actually, we shouldn't be calling you Target, we should be calling you Warhammer, seeing as you've rebranded yourself. If people don't know, if anybody in Twitch chat doesn't know, Target has rebranded himself Warhammer. So during the great rebranding of 2026, Target is now officially known as Warhammer. But yeah, make sure you drop Rich a follow, please. You should rebrand to Chris Combat Mallet. Why Combat Mallet? That's a reference / joke that I'm not getting. Why Combat Mallet? Oh, Warhammer. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. You idiot. Combat Mallet. It's probably even better in a proper English accent, isn't it? My name is Christopher Combat Mallet. That was harder than I expected. What, harder for me to get it? Hey, the real seeing you painting Battlefleet Gothic for a Battlefleet Gothic game to lead into a... what? You'll have to translate that one, Tucker. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you are referring to or asking. If you're asking if this is going to be part of the reel on Instagram, no, I'm not going to show brush priming a Battlefleet Gothic mini on Instagram. Sorry, mistype. No, I guessed. That's why I asked for a... because I was trying... I'm very, very... Tucker, I'm very, very used to Twitch chat, like, mistyping everything, because they're terrible. And Twitch chat, in general, just can't spell. So we get lots of really bad typos, which I'm quite good at deciphering, because Twitch chat are so bad. Is that cracked? No. But I just struggled with that one. Oh no, it's going to fall off again. The dream is real for Battlefleet Gothic, for Battlefleet game into boarding action kill team. Oh yeah. No, I said that. I said that many years ago. When boarding actions came out, I was like, well, this just bridges the gap between Battlefleet Gothic, 40k, kill team. Like, it's perfect. It's perfect. Boarding actions was brilliant. I love boarding actions because it gave you an entry into doing a massive campaign of everything. Yeah, I love all that sort of stuff. I did a fair few videos on boarding actions when boarding actions came out on YouTube because it was so cool. I wish they'd hype more about boarding action stuff. So yeah, you are correct. Right, let's let that dry. I'm gonna dry it on that side like that. Isn't it about time you were going to bed? Yeah, it is. However, Andy, Formula One's on, so I'm going to be up for a while. Sadly, again. I just caught up on my sleep, dude. I've just caught up on my sleep. A bever mistype any squirrel. There we go. Tari 2. Now, Tari 2 never mistypes. Tari 2, being a princess and a goddess and empress that she is, whatever she types in chat is 100% accurate to what she actually means. So she is literally meaning there that a bever MS type any squirrel. That is literally what she wants people to know about her squirrel. And her bever, to be fair. So, yeah, it is absolute fact that royalty cannot typo. You will never ever see Tari 2 typo in Twitch chat. Some of us are at work, you know. Yes, I do work occasionally. Am I up on your big screen in your classroom? Hello, Andy's. Hello, Andy's class. No, I know I'm not. I know I'm not. Right. Okay, they're cool. They're cool. That needs to close down. That needs to close down. And that's there. Right, so yes, that is the Battlefleet Gothic perfection. Now I think because I'm doing slightly larger ships, I definitely need to use slightly thicker brass rod for that one. I don't think this will reserve this kind of fine stuff for like the smaller frigates and things, so they'll be perfect for that. And things like this, the little hemlock, the cool little hemlock. So the smaller stuff will be fine for that. But then larger ships like that, we're definitely going to use a thicker brass rod. Not quite. I'm in the office, but I can if you stay on for 2 more hours. I'm not going to be on for 2 more hours, dude. Very funny. Right. Yeah, so colours. We're going to use the Raven Guard colours which I did, and we're going to do them all as Raven Guard. I think that's the idea, but we're going to do a little bit more. It's going to be a bit more kind of white on them, so we're going to kind of lean a bit more towards the white. And then obviously because there's white on there as well, we can do a little bit of kind of streaking, which should be quite cool. Just kind of keep this moving around so it's not going to dry in awkward places. And then that one, yeah, that one will be perfect. If I do an explosion like that, and just like scatter that one like that, and have that one in the middle of an explosion. Perfect. Perfect. Good idea that. It's a good idea that. Let's clean this up in terms of all the little supports which aren't needed anymore. Hang on a minute. Have you just conned me into painting a destroyed Raven Guard ship? Have I just fallen for it? Oldest trick in the book. Oh, why don't you do this really cool thing? Oh yeah, that is really cool. Oh shit. I've just killed my faction. Because in space no one can hear you cha-cha-cha. I flushed him out of the airlock. Cha-cha-cha. What do you mean you flushed him out of the airlock? Cha-cha-cha. Davy boy. You and me, Davy boy. What do you mean? Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Fuck's sake. Red Dwarf's too good. Ah, I need a. I need to print. I need to print My Incredible Career by Admiral A.J. Rimmer. I need to print that as a book cover, as a book sleeve, and wrap a hardback book in My Incredible Career by Admiral A.J. Rimmer. That needs to be on everybody's bookshelf. Just thought of that. That's brilliant. I wonder whether there's a good quality. Picture of that cover anywhere. There must be. Somebody must have done that. Somebody must have done that. I'm going to Google that later. So if I do that, I could also do like the Eldar ones as well. Snap an Eldar one in half and have the Eldar one like floating in bits. Cha-cha-cha. What do you mean you flushed him out of the airlock? Cha-cha-cha. I've just confused the entirety of Twitch chat by talking about Red Dwarf, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you on about? Yep. Next question, should I put some of these in an asteroid? Should I make an asteroid with some of these mounted in it? That would be quite cool, because then if a ship gets close to an asteroid, the asteroid could shoot it. That'd be quite cool. Make some asteroids with those in. What do you mean you threw him out the airlock? Cha-cha-cha. Flushed him out the airlock. Confidence and paranoia. Put the back end of the ship in an asteroid. Never said Raven Guard ship. It could be an Emperor's Children or Death Guard or another filthy heretic legion. What do you mean filthy? Are you saying that the Night Lords are a filthy heretic legion? How dare you? Yes, that could be cool as well. Or just put an asteroid like in the middle of the ship. I do want to find a red, like if I can get a red dwarf, if I could find a red dwarf and like scale it down. There must be a red dwarf. There must be a red dwarf 3D print file somewhere. There's got to be. There's got to be a red dwarf 3D print. Because then if I can just scale that to something that's like roughly appropriate. Not Starbug, I don't want a Starbug, I want a red dwarf. Because the red dwarf has just got asteroids in it because it was a mining ship. So it would get hit by asteroids and then they would mine the asteroids. And of course a tea bag. You need to put the tea bag. So I need a red dwarf print and then I need to put a tea bag. Oh, they've got the bazookoid. There's a 3D print for a bazookoid, Andy. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, red dwarf. Come on, there's got to be a. There's got to be. Somebody must have done. Hang on. Red dwarf ship 3D print. Check Thingiverse. Oh, there's a model. Red dwarf ship. That'll do. I mean, that'll do. No, it's for sale. Can't I have a free one? There we go, there's a free one. Yeah, it's a bit shit, isn't it? It's a bit shit. It's not bad, but it's a bit shit. Come on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. JMC Red Dwarf. I don't think you'll get. I don't think you'll get a. I don't think you'll get a better search with JMC. I will try. JMC Red Dwarf. You need to be, when you're doing 3D print searching, you need to be a little bit more wide. Yeah, it's just all the same ones. To be fair, there are some JMC Red Dwarf stuff, so fair enough. So what's that one like? What's the one that's paid for? Oh, okay, that is quite good. Doesn't look long enough. Doesn't look long enough. It's not long enough, is it? The garbage pod! It's a smegging garbage pod! It's got a Quagar corpse in it as well. Looks a bit short. It does look a bit short, doesn't it? I mean, you can just stretch it. You can just stretch. I mean, I think that's the one to get. I think that's the one to get. Because you just paint it like that. That looks adequately appropriate. I think that one looks better than that one. That one's the other free one. That one just has no detail on it. So I think it's that one. I think you get that one. And it's free. Although the back's not quite right, is it? Yeah. How much is that one? I'm not paying $30 for a fucking 3D print of Red Dwarf, just for a joke in Battlefleet Gothic. Interesting. The bazookoid's hilarious though. If I ever get a filament printer, I'm printing a bazookoid. If I remember correctly, BFG had minefields on the board. You could have the ship being blown in half if you can't find an asteroid. Oh, I can find anything, dude. I can find asteroids. I think I've already got asteroids as 3D print files. Fantastic. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it didn't seem long enough. Didn't seem long enough. That was weird. Maybe you get both of those free ones and use the back. Maybe you get both of these, because both of these are free. So that one's free and that one's free. Maybe you get that one and you put the back of that one on it. And then you put a tea bag underneath, of course. Because you have to have a tea bag. You've got to have a tea bag. If you ever get a filament printer, you're printing me a full-size bolter. If I ever get a filament printer, I'm printing everybody all sorts of stuff.
No, Christopher. You are weird. Fuck. Moo. Tongue.
Yeah, I'm gonna print all sorts of stuff if I can get one. Like I say, I've emailed Bamboo, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But like I say, I've emailed Bamboo and Elegoo, so if Bamboo don't say anything and Elegoo do, then I'll hopefully try and get a filament Elegoo. But beside the point. You don't need to know what I'm trying to do. Right, this is slowly drying. It's nearly there. Why am I weird? I don't understand why I'm weird. I mean, the other thing I'm going to print is I've already got the file. The other thing I'm going to print is the silencer and red dot sight for the SOCOM that One Stop Wargaming has got spare for me. You could also try Anycubic. Their latest FDM printers are pretty solid. Ah, okay. Well, that's actually quite cool because Anycubic also do really good resins as well. I should probably email those as well. Thank you, Purples. Yeah. Mark 23. Because I want one of those. So I'm going to try and get, behind me here, this wall here, I'm going to try and get a Metal Gear Solid SOCOM up there. I've got the Ragebringer, so the EverQuest Rogue Epic, the Ragebringer. I've got that in 3D print, which I need to wrap the handle of. It's all glued together. I just need to wrap the handle now. I need to get some kind of yellowy brown leather and some black leather because the Ragebringer had a yellow black, like, I don't quite know why, like wasp striped handle grip. So that will go up there once that's kind of all finished and put together. I've got Thranduil's sword, which needs to go up there, and I've also got my bow as well. So my bow needs to go up on the wall as well. So I want to have loads of cool stuff up on the wall behind. So that would be quite good if I can do that. That's the plan. And of course, if we can get some other filament printers, we can do all sorts of cool stuff. And if I do get a filament printer, Purples, you know what hex board I'm going to print. Large scale Gundam assemble. Where do you get your ship files from? The Purple site. If you go onto the Purple site, there's loads of files over on the Purple site. Have I planned it? Planned it. Go to Fiji. The house prices there are really cheap. Yeah, because half of Fiji's below water. I have a sheep and a cow and 3 horses. A sheep and a cow and breed horses. What, with a sheep and a cow? No, with horses and horses. I'm going to have a sheep and a cow and breed horses. What, with a sheep and a cow? No, with horses and horses. You know, I need to put Red Dwarf on tonight. Oh my god, it's so good. Morning, Farmer Lister. It's only 3 feet, they can wade. Oh dear, I've got to stop quoting Red Dwarf. I'm sorry. Nobody knows what I'm on about apart from Andy in YouTube chat. And maybe Tari. I think Tari watched Red Dwarf. I'm gonna put...
It's a red dwarf. We haven't all mixed a complete smack pot.
Brains in the anal region. Chin absent, presumed missing.
Genitalia small and offensive.
You want to squeeze my buttocks together to make one juicy giant peach.
Greatest line in TV history.
Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
I will. It's so good. Oh dear, morning, Farmer Lister. Oh dear, the Twitch is blocked now. Oh no. Oh no. No Twitch for Andy Pandy. Supper's not. I've not got supper. I need to split supper, Tari. So I need to split supper into the last bit because it was too long and the BBC were picking it up every single time I streamed. So I had to cut that part of the stream out every single time I streamed on YouTube. So I need to cut it. I need to cut it at the beginning, so it'll be T52 or T72. I can't remember which one it is. Anyway, the one that Hannah can then do. So the tank bit at the beginning, and then the bit, the supper bit at the end. Anybody else unclear into the situation? No? Excellent. So I'm going to split it into 2. I just haven't got around to splitting it into 2 yet. And that's the same with Flibble as well. I need to make Flibble shorter because Flibble was too long, and it gets picked up by the BBC as well. Thank you, BBC. Fantastic. So good. So good. Right. So how is this going? Is it drying? I think it is drying. So yeah, this should be all right because I can do it darker, and then we can put some stripes on it. We can do the front prow can be white. We can do the bridge, that can be white. We can do some windows in it, which will be really cool. Some stripes on the back, like a couple of stripes on the back like that. A stripe on the front there. Do the prow. Like there's an area here which I might be able to get a Raven Guard chapter symbol in, or maybe put the Raven Guard chapter symbol on the front from the Legions Imperialis transfer sheets. Because I've got one of those, I think. Is that it? Oh no, that's the regular one. I thought that was the one actually. It was just sitting there, sticking out of my transfer case. What size bolter would you want, Tari? Can you get a bolter? Can you get a bolter 3D print? Oh, you can. You can. For sale. For sale. For sale. For sale. For sale. Free. There we go. That one. For sale. Free. Free. For sale. Free. That's pretty good. That's pretty good because that one's got the eagle on it. Although I don't think that one's life size, is it? I think that one. That one's probably not life size either. That one's free. Oh, that's just a... Okay, it's an underslung thing. Is that one that size? Oh, that's not even there. That one. Oh, no, that one's not there either. Oh, they've all got taken down. They've all got taken down. There we go. £5. £5. £5 for a bolt pistol. A bolt pistol, bolt gun. How much are the? How much are these? How much are these ones? These ones don't look very good though. That one looks terrible. Where's that one with the? That one. That one's free. It's only one file though, so that's probably. Yeah, that's not a. That's not a true scale one. Little bolt pistol. Yeah, we could sort it out anyway. We could find one. We could find one, Tari. £6. That's a Horus Heresy. Firstborn one, isn't it? That one. That's not a Primaris one. That's probably the coolest one. Is that all the bits? There we go. Tari would get a care package of all the bits for a bolter. Very cool. Very cool. Come on. Dry. Dry now, please. Dry now, please. So we've got some areas of depth that we need to fill in. That's quite a good size, I reckon. It's quite a good size. I'm wondering how big it is compared to the Thunderhawk from Titanicus, Aeronautica. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. There we go. This brush is absolutely knackered. This is the brush I use for putting PVA glue and stuff on bases as well. So it's totally shot, which is fine. Oh, yeah, this is awesome. Super happy, super happy. So these, they're pretty easy to support these. So let's get rid of that one. Get rid of all of these. Bye bye. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So obviously this one I need 2 of these, but I need to support it first. So once I've finished supporting that one, I'll just duplicate it and mirror it. So I can get 2. And then, although, like I was saying earlier, I need to make those larger, so scale. Now I'll have to quickly go back and make sure that nothing's going to get caught. Don't think there should be. One of your asteroids has to have a tiny tombstone to the memory of Lisa Yates. Yes, it does. Yes, one of my tombstones does. One of my asteroids does have to have that. One of the asteroids has to have Kachansky on there. with oh boy was I suckered written in entrails. Oh boy was I suckered. Ah, it's too quotable. It's too quotable. Too quotable. Yeah, so the good thing about this is that they're really thin. So this is probably the thickest in terms of how much weight has to be pulled off the FEP sheet when you 3D printing. So this is probably the thickest one. This one's not going to have any problem printing. I've just put some lines. Like I did a check when I was supporting this one to find like where the highest. Or where I thought the highest kind of cross-section area was, which is obviously about there. So then you go underneath it and you make sure you're supported like underneath, like right in the middle of that line there. So that's why those supports are running down the centre there. So they've got support across that. And then also you could make sure once it gets a little bit higher to the next one there, same thing, just make sure you've got some supports on that. Oh boy, was I suckered with your own intestinal tract. Yeah, I can't wait to print this one. This one's going to look amazing because the detail on it's phenomenal as well. And like this is the underside, so this is underneath. So it's got all this stuff hanging off underneath, and then it's got all this on top with the pyramid and everything. It's just going to look super, super, super cool. So I'm dead excited to print this one. And it'll make me feel better as well, a little bit, for throwing away all my Necron stuff. I'm just going to make sure that this lip around the back edge of it is supported, because I don't want this to kind of tear off at any point. So I've got to be really careful with that, make sure that's all supported. But also not supported by too much, so I can take it off. So all these supports here are like 0.2 mil. They're all really small, but there's enough of them to kind of hopefully support all of that. My attitude was to throw support absolutely everywhere one fits. I mean, I tend to support. You'll tend to see a higher population of supports when I'm doing them, because I do very, very small supports. Like that one's 0.15. Like this one here is probably 0.1, 0.14. So yeah, I tend to do very, very small supports. Because if I put a support in here like that, and I just make it like 0.5 mil, like it's going to support it, but also it's going to make a massive hole when you remove it. Whereas what I could do is I could do that. Hang on. I could do. that and have 3 supports in a similar area, and they're 0.2 mil. These are 0.2 mil each, so collectively they've got 0.6 mil collective hold over this area, and they're going to remove easier. So I always like putting more supports but smaller, because I'm always chasing quality on 3D prints. Painting badly printed 3D prints is a horrible experience. So I'm always chasing really good quality 3D prints in exactly the same way. If you look at my resin settings, I'm on 0.3 mil, and like all of these are super slow. Like retract speed at 60 mil per minute is really slow. And a lift speed of 45 mil a minute is really slow, and then it speeds up a little bit at the end and things. So yeah, I'm always chasing quality. But having said that, like I'm not supporting everything. Like that one's probably, as you get further away from this point here, because this is a bit that you definitely want to support, but as you get further away from that, you can kind of spread the supports out, because you start getting the model supporting itself a little bit. So you can start, I mean, that one's probably not necessary. Probably get rid of that one and move that one into the middle. But yeah, anyway. 3D printing support is I do quite enjoy it, and just kind of sit down and chill with a cup of tea for a bit. The only issue is that when you have lots of these, I could be making this a little bit more efficient by branching off. Like those 3 there should really be branching off this one, but I just like start throwing supports at things. Like you can quite easily look. I'll show you. Oops. So when you get up here, just focus around that middle there. So when I get up to here, what I could do is branch off this one here, look, and come on there like that. So then you end up with 1 support that's branched and still supporting 2. So then you save resin by not doing a support all the way down, and then to help support this one, because this is a really long support all the way down here, you can then come off here and go across to there, and then you end up with a support that kind of braces everything going across it. So that's what I should be doing. But yeah, I probably should go back through this, because this is a really nice print as well, so I want to make it as best I can. So I should probably be like, because then you don't end up with all this kind of weight of density down here, because these 4 here, for instance, look, these 4 here, I should delete that one. I should delete that one. I should delete that one. I should get this one, and then I should come off it to there, and I should come off it to there, and then we're much neater and tighter and finer on usage. Same with these 3 here, look. So delete that one, delete that one, delete that one, delete that one, and then I could come off here and go 1. And I'm just supporting this, so this is the bottom, the very, very bottom of this wing, so I want that one kind of all supported, so that, because if that fails, then the whole print fails. The whole wing, most of this wing fails. It might pick it up, if this fails, it might pick it up again about here, because it's supported underneath it. But again, these are like 0.2 mil, so they'll snap off really easily, and also they're on a surface which you can very, very easily just file down and sand. So yeah, these ones here, so when I'm doing like bases and things, these are the ones which I need to be a little bit careful of, because those I can very, very easily pick one in the center there, and then just take it off the same point in the section, same support base, and then it limits all this. Because of course as well, you've also got to remember that when you come to clean these and wash them, water's going to struggle to kind of get into all of this area here to wash underneath there. So yeah, it's I like 3D printing. It's very, very cool, and there's a way to do it to just get the print out, and there's a way to do it to get the best quality that I can, and I like trying to do the best quality that I can. I'm always chasing the quality of a 3D print. So yeah. You can't smooth out 3D print lines on resin. You can on the PLA, but even the filament stuff, you can get. You have to control your settings on your PLA. If you rush it, then yes, you can just like float it over a vat of isopropanol alcohol, and the fumes will soften some of the print layer lines down. But that's just because you're being lazy and not sorting out the print layer lines in the first place. Because you can sort out. You can do filament printing so that there's very, very limited layer lines evident. So if you don't want to spend the time doing that, and you'd rather melt them together afterwards, then that's fine. But yeah, you just hang them over some isopropanol alcohol. But it's what people want from 3D printing. Do people want that's like, I probably wouldn't bother about trying to well, no, I would, but I wouldn't worry as much about 3D print layer lines if I was 3D printing a bracket for my car. Like, I don't care about that. I care about how strong the bracket would be. Like, if I was making a bracket to mount my turbo, well, I probably wouldn't be mounting the turbo. Do the turbo coolant lines, so the absolute brain freeze. The air coolant, the air inlets for the turbo. Like if I was doing a bracket, or if I was even like 3D printing an elbow for the inlet pipes for the turbo on my car, I wouldn't be as worried about the layer lines. But that's not going to say that I'm not going to worry about the layer lines, because I will have set the printer up in such a way that the layer lines are going to be as minimal as I can, so that when I do put it on the car, you don't notice them as much. That makes sense. Like, you choose where you put your effort, right? Like I'm choosing to put my effort into making this supported really neatly and really well, so that when I get the file off, I can paint it best I can in exactly the same way. Oh, my battery's gone. As printing this. So I've printed this as best as I can, and if you look at the prow, you can't see any layer lines on that. There aren't any visible layer lines on this prow up here, on that curve. There aren't any layer lines up there, because I've worked hard for the last 5 years or whatever, getting my settings dialed down so that they're all really good, and that like areas like that have got a curve are really susceptible for showing layer lines, really. So that's pretty cool. You might see a little bit on the flat surfaces, because this is one that I didn't orientate at an angle. I didn't orientate this one off kilter, so you might, I mean, I still can't really see any. So I think this one's pretty safe as well, really. So yeah, I put the effort into the prep rather than the after service. Mediocre, how are you doing? How are you doing, dude? How was your stream? Are you okay? Are you okay? What were you up to on stream today? What were you up to on stream today, dude? We've been looking at some 3D prints today, which has been cool. Hey, Plutonium, how you doing? Samurai, how you doing, man? Tiny ship doo-doo. Yeah, tiny ship doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Some Imperial Fists. Nice. It's not from your bits. It's more bits I've got in the past and thought you might be able to help. Oh no. Yeah, it's after the fact. You've just got to either sand. You just got to sand it. Use some filler primer. Put lots of effort into finishing that sort of stuff.
Yes, I'm a gatekeeper and a hater. I'm also God's favourite princess, and
I can't shout out because I have a cat in your keyboard. Oh my god, there's a cat in Tari's keyboard. Is it a cute puss cat? Is it a cute puss cat? Have you got a cute puss cat in your keyboard? Yeah, this is gorgeous, isn't it? This is gorgeous. Yeah, I'm doing mediocre. I'm doing a wait, that works. I'm doing how does it fit inside the keyboard? I know exactly. I have no idea. Of course he's cute. I mean, that's a given, isn't it? Andy is a girl confirmed. Don't know about interesting. Carver, how are you doing, Carver? Tari22, thank you very much for the shout out for mediocre. Make sure you go follow the mediocre man. We are doing Project Gothic at the moment, where we're doing all sorts of Battlefleet Gothic stuff. I'm trying to print 1 or 2 ships from every fleet. And then I also did, because I couldn't resist, I also did a Tau Interceptor or 2 as well. So I have a couple of Tau Interceptors to throw some paint on at some point. Yeah, I've done a couple of ships from each fleet, just to play around with and see what they're like. And I'm currently sat here. Well, I have been sat all day because I've been it's been a bit of a funny day today. I'm glad I managed to get a stream in, but I've been doing all the supports and everything for. Just move this out of the way so that you can see. Move them off there. Been doing all the supports for a Necron tomb ship because it's badass. So yeah. So yeah, make sure you drop me a follow on Instagram and Blue Sky, and a little bit of Twitter if anybody's ever on Twitter anymore at all. But yeah, Instagram and Blue Sky if you want to follow Project Gothic, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. So this is the next one. Tari, I do have some Tyranid files, Tari, so I might do a Tyranid print. If you're very nice, which we know you are. So yeah, I might do a Tyranid print. And then I also have a couple of the Tau ones as well. So yeah. Tau Interceptor, good sir. I mean, good sir. Did I say Tau? Sorry, Tai. Why did I say Tau? We were chatting about 2nd edition armies, and now I'm an eBay rabbit hole and even thinking about remaking my Space Wars 1996 box set with Primaris. Oh, that would be so cool, dude. That would be so cool. You're going to put like loads of effort into like each individual model, or you're going to do them en masse like we used to? But yeah, this is proper cool, and the way this guy's designed it as well. All of these parts separate out, so you end up with all these flat areas which you can support with. So if I just put that back together again and move this off the plate, so you end up with some really easily supportable stuff because everything's just flat, look. So I can just orientate that like that, and then whoosh, prints beautifully. Small Space Wolves fleet. I think definitely, dude, definitely. Yeah. And then I've even got crazy things like this. Hang on, let me show you this because this is nuts. So one of my friends said, "Oh, you need to get that that big rock that the Imperial Fists had." I was like, "Wait, what?" And I can't remember what. Oh, where is it? I've got it somewhere. Was it a phalanx? The Imperial Fist phalanx, which was like a rock battleship. Where is it? Where did I put it? Is it in there? There it is. So this, sadly it's not the Phalanx, I don't think anyway, and I put it on Instagram actually, and I had loads of people say, well, that's not big enough. I'm like, dude, it's a 3D print file, just print it however big you want, stop being a twat. It's representative. It's like, well, it'll be loads bigger. It'll be loads bigger compared to a ship. Like, it's a planet. So this box is how big my 3D printer is able to print. So that, I mean, I'd say that's pretty fucking big. But I think this is supposed to be the Dark Angel's rock. I think. But either way, it's pretty fucking cool. Asteroid with engines on it, and then loads and loads of gun batteries and flight bays and everything. So that is pretty epic. However, I would need a different printer. I'd need a filament printer to print this, and that would be really, really cool to do at some point. Yeah, all those idiots who are like, oh, it's too small. Well, it's a 3D print, dude, so just make it as big as you want. If you want to make it bigger, make it bigger. Could you not slice it up and put it on the... Yeah, I can. I could quite easily slice that up and put it on the printer. However, here's the counter argument to that. How much would that cost in resin? And then how heavy would it be? It would be silly. Yes, I could hollow it out. Yes, I know. There's all sorts of... But I'll just print that. I'll just print it massive. Don't worry. I'll just print it massive on a filament printer. It's fine. It's fine. There's lots of things I could do. I could hollow it out. I could slice it all up. But I could just put that on a filament printer and say print, and it would just go and print. Which would be really fun. But also, yeah, that looks to scale. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's the usual Instagram. I mean, I replied to the guy and I was like, oh my god, thank god you told me, so I don't have to print it, thank you. Yeah. It's a fucking 3D print. Just print it however big you want. Even hollow, it would be... Yeah, it would, yeah. It's not hollow at the moment, no. It is... oh, it is hollow. It's a little bit hollow at the moment. But, yeah, not really. That's not. So, yeah, anyway, that's for a filament printer. There we go. Fun in the sun. But yeah, I mean, this is also like the massive rabbit hole that I'm very, very much enjoying of Battlefleet Gothic at the moment. So hopefully I can get a filament printer and print something like this as well. If I don't, then I'll be very, very happy playing around with things like this. So very, very cool. Kill team to activate it. How cool would that be? Even the Heresy of Dark Angels. But, and hear me out here, but how cool would it be as a... Yeah, it would be really cool as a display piece. Yeah, that would be very, very cool. Yeah. Jesus, yeah, that needs to be more hollow. yeah. I mean, I can hollow it out as well. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's loads of things I could do, but I've not even looked at it. I just found the file and I was like, oh, that's really cool, and I put it on Instagram, and then I had loads of people saying, oh, it's not the phalanx, that's the rock, and it's too small, needs to be bigger. So, yeah, hilarity. But in this amazing Battlefleet Gothic game where everything is representative of nothing is representative of size or scale or anything. Have you considered it's too small? Have I considered it's too big? Maybe.
Yeah, but we can always build more killbots.
Maybe, everybody. Print this Necron ship and post it on Insta as a phalanx. Maybe, everybody. It needs to be smaller. Maybe that's better. Because this Necron tomb ship, I don't want to spoil you. I don't want to like give you spoilers or anything. But this Necron tomb ship, fucking big. Do you know how I know it's big? Look how big it is next to the rock. I mean, that's a hefty tomb ship. Just saying. I need to put this on Instagram now, don't I? After I was told that the rock was too small, I have now scaled it appropriately to a Necron tomb ship. Oh dear! Fantastic. Let's move those out of the way. I was told on Instagram that the rock was too small. So and the scale was wrong. So I have scaled it appropriately. Fucking hell, that looks cool. How big does this tomb ship look now? Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. He's printing it 1-to-1 for full immersion for the beards. Can't argue with that logic. There's only like 800 Dark Angels. How big can this ship be? I mean, who needs a big ship for 800 Dark Angels, honestly? Pale Fists are never happy, just grumpy on Primark. With this is small, this is close. Yeah, yes, yeah. Right, I need to actually go. See you later. Have a good one, dude. Have a good one. Yeah, how big does that look? Maybe I need to make the tomb ship even bigger then. I mean, it's already. How big is this? So that is scale. I want the green one. The green one is. So that's 100. That is pretty big actually. $100 across. It could be bigger. It could be bigger. I could make that even bigger. That's the question. How big? How big do I make the tomb ship? Just for a comparison, let's get this. So Twitch chat. How big should I make? How big should I make the tomb ship? So here is an Imperial. Here is an Imperial cruiser. Where's the cruiser? There we go. Where's the cruiser? No, that's all of those. I'm trying to find a one-piece Imperial cruiser. 1 second. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, Alpha Fleet, unzip. Okay. So, Here's an Imperial cruiser. So how big? Because this is where I need to know. Because I need to start doing the supports again on the tomb ship. What's a Gloriana? Oh, Tucker. I will show you the Gloriana in a second. Gloriana's glorious, dude. I have the file. Come on. Come on, load in. I should have deleted the rock. It's taken a while to understand what's going on. Yeah, the Gloriana's huge. I've got the Gloriana file, I'll show you in a second. In fact, I've got the Gloriana file on Blue Sky. Because it's not hollow. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, the Gloriana, I'll show you, look. Where's the Gloriana post? There we go. Come on. So that's the Gloriana. Bearing in mind that this is my print bed that you've just been seeing. So that's the Gloriana. That's the Planet Killer. And that is the Spirit of Vengeance. So they're the three massive ships which I need to print at some point. Okay, let's get Lychee back up. Yeah, it's just a normal Necron battleship, but I think I just want to make it bigger. Because it's you only ever take one of them. And it's on the big base, so I think I just want to make it bigger. Hopefully this doesn't crash when it loads up again, we will see. I didn't have the Planet Killer, so I had the... let's load the autosave and see if it picks it up. No, reject file. No, reject file. Delete it. There we go. Okay. So there's the tomb ship. So I just think I could make this even bigger because it's got loads of detail on it as well. So I think I could just like go full on. Right, let's put this on and see if it loads a bit quicker. Yeah, it seems to be loading in now. There we go. Or it was. Now it's stopped again. Fuck's sake. Oh. Okay. So it doesn't like that file. That's annoying. Okay, I'll put that one in then. No idea why I had one. It was just awesome. Yeah, it was. It was cool. Right, let's try this again. I'm going to use a different file. Accept it. Load the autosave. Reject, reject, delete. Okay, there we go. Let's save this. Save scene. And then we're going to put this version of a Imperial Cruiser in. So here's an Imperial Cruiser. just repair it to make it go blue so it doesn't look like it's still going to be red. That's great. So we'll turn this round 90 degrees like that. Okay, so the one I've printed is 125mm long. So if I make this 125mm long in this axis here, so I'm printing everything a little bit bigger, like I said. Yeah, the tomb ship needs to be bigger, doesn't it? Tomb ship needs to be bigger, right? How much bigger does the tomb ship need to be? Should we do it at 120%? Plus, just like all of 40k, the table. Oh yeah, I'm not in the slightest bit bothered about scaling. Battlefleet Gothic doesn't really have any scaling. It's all based on the. There we go. It's all based on the base size. So the size of the ships are irrelevant in the game, which is quite cool, I think. How's that? Is that better? It looks more impressive. As wide as the other ship is long, you could easily get away with it. I mean, I'm not even bothered about getting away with. I just want it to look cool. Getting away with in the game is irrelevant. Like the size of the models in, like I'll show you. So have I got a retributor? So I'm not bothered about. I mean, because I'm not bothered about it being too big. You're all going to say, well, why don't you just like make it like just massive? That's 130%. To be honest, yeah, I think you just make it massive, don't you? You just make it massive, and then also it means that all this detail gets printed out even easier as well, doesn't it? I think you just make it massive. McCrack Blue, fuck off. Why do I have the Jaws theme in my head now? You can play the Jaws theme. If you scroll down to the sound alerts, you can play the Jaws theme. Yeah, it's got to be impressive, hasn't it? I mean, that's now longer than the cruisers. I think you go even bigger, you know. I think you can go even bigger. $140, just let's just do it. Just make it massive. Just make it massive. It's the main it's the biggest Necron ship. So let's make it the biggest Necron ship. Where's that? Where's the base? Let's put the base underneath it again. Uh, 60 mil. Yeah, let's just get it massive. That's cool. Right, okay, so I've got to redo all these supports then, pretty much. So let's make, what was that? Did I do 140? 140%. So that is now, I mean, that's really long now, isn't it? That is longer. I mean, that's the thing. It's longer. Yeah. It's longer than a normal cruiser, which is cool. You want it longer than a normal cruiser, and I've scaled up the cruisers. Okay, so that is 140. 140%. Look what happens to the supports now. You see the supports now go all wacky, so I have to kind of go back in, like these supports here now all need to be redone. But that's fine, because we're taking our time and we're doing it really cool, right? And that's just going to look epic. So focal point of the fleet, yeah. And like I say, it's only the base that's relevant in Battlefleet Gothic. It doesn't matter the size. That looks, yeah. I'm sold. That looks awesome. Proper scale. Proper scale. Proper scale. Yeah, just to show you. So I was going to show you this a second ago. So the Gloriana's awesome, by the way. Right, what have we got in here? Let's get rid of that one because we don't need that one in there at the moment. We'll just move these out of the way for a second. Whee! And we'll push this off there for a second as well. So the Gloriana. So this is the largest ship. That's the largest ship in the Imperial fleet. So, being as this is the largest ship in the Necron fleet, it's got to be as impressive, right? That's kind of cool. Slowly and methodically. Imagine that coming across the board looking sick, yeah. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I'll make it bigger then. Luckily, yeah, the Gloriana's cool. And then the other one which I kind of have to show you because it's even bigger. This is the one that I'm really excited to print, and this is why I need to do a Chaos fleet. Spirit of Vengeance, there it is. Files. Prow. Mid. This is a little bit silly. This is a little bit silly. Don't quite know why this one is so big. But that's the Chaos one. Which again is not hollow, but does have a lot of flat surfaces to support. which is rather nice. But this is going to be a nightmare to support. Look, like all of these little things hanging down all need support because I can't support the top really. Is that Planet Killer? No, that's not Planet Killer. Let's get rid of that. Planet Killer is. It's called the Evil Globe Destroyer. And of course, it needs to be scaled appropriately again. So that's Planet Killer. So yeah, the Necron Tomb ship looks absolutely perfect that size, doesn't it? It looks really good that size. Actually looks really good that size. I'm happy with that. Happy with that. That's really cool. Nondescript name. Yeah, look at the. Oh, it doesn't say. You can just see it in there. Chaotic Evil Globe Destroyer. Brilliant. 7 guns. I know it should have 8, shouldn't it? But it's quite cool. I do like that one. I'll print that one at some point because this one's quite easy because it's all flat underneath. So this one you can just dink like that, and then support it like that, and then it will just print. Well, like that, slightly off kilter. So again, like I was saying, just helps hide the layer lines if it's slightly off kilter. So yeah, I'll just turn it up like that, support it all underneath, and then it will just print beautifully. Planet Killer wasn't actually that big. I know, but it's my print, so shoot me. Like I want them large enough that I can do like a little bit of detail on them. Like that's the thing. That's why I wanted these ones just a little bit bigger, so I can actually kind of get in here with a brush and do like little bits of like charring and things as they're flying through space, have like a little bit of wear on them. So that's why I've kind of scaled everything up a fraction. I mean, this is only 10% larger. It isn't much bigger. So that's 10% larger. That was 20% larger before we snapped it in two. That's 10% larger. Actually, the Eldar one isn't any bigger, so that one's no bigger. So I should probably make this one a fraction bigger as well, because it's actually, yeah. So this one probably needs to be 20% bigger as well. I'll reprint that at some point. I'm not going for realism. I mean, Battlefleet Gothic is not really real either. Like nothing was in scale, really. I don't think they went through and said, oh, okay, this one needs to be X. It's all representative anyway, isn't it? Oh, all of Warhammer is representative. All of Warhammer is representative. Like a Primaris is not that size compared to a Rhino, nor is it that size compared to a Land Raider or a Repulsor. So everything is just representational. How much would a Gloriana cost to print? I have no idea. Probably quite a bit of resin. Yeah, probably a bit of resin. Oh, it's a Kilkenny! Hey, how you doing? Kilkenny Cat Art. Oh, we got a new username. What time is it there? It is 10:30. It is 10:30. Oh, oh, Kilks. Yeah, it changed. I don't know why. It changed. You don't know why. Weird. Did you change it? Did you change it? Yeah, I'm doing battle. I'm 3D printing battleships. I'm doing spaceships. 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 Printing some spaceships, Kilks. which is quite good fun. So yeah, at some point I will do all the big ships because I've fallen down the rabbit hole and I just want all the big ships. And also, yeah, that tomb ship definitely needs to be that size, doesn't it? Definitely needs to be that size, so that's fine. So all these can now come back in, and I can sit here while I'm watching the Formula 1 tonight. And re-support all of these, because now, as you can see, all the supports have gone shit. So, yeah. And then once I've supported that one, I will just duplicate it, mirror it, so that I've got two of those, two of the wings. Yeah, that'll be awesome. By the way, what's your favourite Space Marine chapter? So, long story short, Raven Guard. Should add you to my Death Watch. Why would you add... Why? No, don't add... No. Oh, as in... Oh, right, yes. Sorry, I thought you meant because I like Necrons, you were going to add me to... you're going to add a Necron to my... So, I had a friend of mine who had Death Watch, and he put all my Necron weapons on his bases because he was an evil bastard. Are you modelling the ships yourself? No. Will those nondescript ships be available on your website? Probably not. You'll have to send me a message if you want some prints. Raven Guard, nice. Yes. Lone Samurai, did you not see? Have you not seen all my Raven Guard? Hang on. So. Wolf Scouts? Hang on, let's do it this way. There we go. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Wolf Scouts. Like Andy loves Imperial Fists, but chose Black Templar for my Death Watch. Oh, sometimes folks say different. No, definitely do. Definitely get Raven Guard in there. Oh yeah, I decline to comment on the wonderful sacrilege. I mean, I just made them better. I just made them cool. I just made them look cooler, dude. I made them look better. Like this guy. Like, look at this guy, dude. He's got raven skulls on his staff. This guy has a raven skull on his shoulder pad. I mean, come on. They look amazing. This guy's face looks terrible, but that's because I had to rush it for the video and for the article. But, yeah, way cooler. Better. Yeah, it's Raven Guard, mate. Raven Guard. Do me a beaky Raven Guard, dude, for your Death Watch. That sounds cool. Sounds good. You made the Happy Wolves emo. I did. Acceptable as Raven Guard because wolves and ravens team up for life. For life. So yeah, I'm gonna be sat and re-supporting all of these. Well, actually, I don't have to, do I? Because what I actually need to do, if I go to here, look, what I actually need to do is just... Oh, why is it not letting me drag? Why won't it let me drag? Ah, there we go. Why didn't it let me drag the first time? Okay, why is it not letting me drag? That's weird. But at this point, I may as well just deleted them. I may as well have just deleted them and redone them, because it takes ages trying to drag the supports around. So yeah. Anyway, I will re-support all of these because we've decided that this needs to be massive. Also, videos of Ravens playing and bonding with Wolfpuds is adorable. Is there no commands to re-space them all? No. Nope, sadly not. And there's no commands. One command I'd really like, because everybody over supports everything when you get pre-supports. What I'd really like is a way to select all the supports and then make all the supports a percentage smaller. Because at the moment the only thing you can do is select them all and then make them all smaller. But I don't want to make them all smaller. I want to make them all like 10% smaller, so that the large ones are a little bit smaller and the small ones are a little bit smaller, so you don't over support and make holes in everything that's pre-supported, so I don't have to redo supports on stuff. But yeah, so anyway, it's irrelevant, it doesn't matter. That's my problem, not your problem. It's because I'm picky. So I will get round to doing that. This really isn't difficult at all, so this one can actually, I can just delete. I can delete all of that work, because that one's dead easy. Look how flat that surface is. That's the support. The support for this is just like stick one in this corner and put a few around it, and then just get the lines in the right places. So that one's piss easy. This one arguably is also piss easy. It's also quite easy. I've just got to be very careful that the wings are also supported on the edge. And this one is also arguably quite easy, but there's quite a bit of texture underneath this backside here, which you have to be very aware of. All the corners, like this corner here needs to be supported, that corner there needs to be supported, this corner here needs to be supported, that corner there also needs to be supported, like that, etc, etc. So you just got to be very aware underneath that side. But other than that, and I wanted to support it this way round rather than the other way round. I could probably, because it's bigger now, actually let's delete all of these. Because this is thicker and all these are thicker now, what I could probably actually do is support this that way round. I could probably do that now, because these will still print. And I just have to make sure that I support underneath here, because that is underneath this mass. So that's where, like I was saying earlier, this is where the largest cross section is. That's where the largest cross section is there of this bit, so I need to make sure that there's a support in the middle of that, which is around here, and then around that surface to spread the load when it's pulling it off. So yeah, how do you know how to support things? Experience, and just kind of trying, and there's some principles around. I could probably do a video on it on my Patreon or something. But yeah, actually, because this is now a little bit better, I could probably support it this way around, and then I can come in here as well and support underneath that. And then I don't have to worry too much about everything underneath here. I can just support it really well on this bit. So yeah, actually, thank you very much everybody, because actually that's probably the better way of doing it. And these also need some little supports like that. At some point I'll do those better. You're welcome. Don't know what I did, but you're welcome. What did you do? Good luck with the sports. Thank you, Chris. I'm happy I caught the stream. I'm often need some sleep for work. No worries. I'm going to finish up as well. But before we go, we can have a look at, hopefully, a nice dry battleship print primed. There we go. So I can now throw another coat of primer on it just to get the little bits that I've missed. Thin down some primer so I can get it into the recesses, and then we will start putting the Raven Guard mix, my Raven Guard black mix, on. Get that all over, and then we can do some oil and stuff. But yeah, I think this is a really nice kind of size to paint up. I think it's quite good. And do some careful work on it. Right, see you later, everybody. Yeah, make sure you follow me on Blue Sky, everybody. Where is my profile on Blue Sky? If you're not on Blue Sky, get on Blue Sky and drop me a follow on Blue Sky. There I am on Blue Sky, everybody. I'll post some stuff up on there quite a lot. Yeah. That's not big enough. Cheers, Lone. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm making it bigger. Right, everybody, let's go and see who is around. Who can we raid into? Oh, is Avelia on? Is Avelia on? Avelia can't be on. It's fucking midnight over there. No, she's not. Okay. Monument hobbies. There we go. That'll do. See you later, everybody. Have a good one. Cheers, Lone. Have a good one, dude. See you later.